people like Tyrone Mings, he's probably going to be worth under 50 million, 30 million or 40 million, but he's going to be a very, very good player. You look at his stats this season, he has been one of the most prolific defender with Martinez getting a lot of clean sheets for Aston Villa. And he's that one guy who go all out 110%, not only defensively and for the headers, he gets goals for us. So this guy can teach Maguire a lesson. And if Maguire go out, he can be the replacement. So Tyrone Mings will be my number one signing.
Salam Satu Malaysia, good evening. Welcome to Jom United. We are a Malaysian Manchester United YouTube fan channel. Okay, today we got a new segment, so to speak. Okay, we are at the end of the season, like most of you all know. And then for Manchester United, I think our number 2 spot is already secured, and we are en route to win our first trophy under Ole Gunnar. Okay, most likely lah. Okay, so we'll be talking about the transfer market. Okay, so now everyone hoo-ha talking about who to buy, who to sell, and then some teams they are already done some signings. Okay, but United seems like we are just linked with Harry Kane at the moment. Okay, so let's start off with Josh. What do you think about Harry Kane? Will he fit into our system, into our team?
Harry Kane. I think he will be a perfect fit for any big clubs in the world, I would say. So I hope he make his decision to leave Spurs a permanent one, and hopefully we actually bid. I think he will not come to United just purely that I think he would favor Manchester City more, just due to going under Pep and the chances of high trophy in return. So I really hope that we can get Kane in return. That's my big hope. But he will fit perfectly into our system.
Okay, how about you, Pijal? What do you think with the position? Okay, this one I gotta give a bit of my opinion. With the position that we are lacking now, right, and then the funds that we normally have, right, would you still sign Harry Kane?
Yes, without a doubt lah. Memang if you ask me whether Harry Kane will be my first choice to sign for next season, yes, because you have to look at the long term. Because if the reason why are we not signing Harry Kane for this summer, because we have Aryton Cavani, that will be like a fail tactic lah. Because you see, Cavani will be extended only for one season. What will happen after that? Are we going to like very like drastic, because we need a striker, a pure striker, then suddenly we go for anybody that really like overpriced. Because currently we have Harry Kane that mentioned that they want to leave Spurs. So why don't just go for it? Sign Harry Kane just to take a pressure off Cavani for next season. And then mungkin after that, then he can become the main striker for United for another season. For me lah, just go for it lah. Or if Ole doesn't sign Harry Kane, then the next summer just go for Haaland. That's what I'm saying lah. If don't go for Harry Kane for this season, next season just go for Haaland without hesitate lah. For me lah.
Okay, Syed,
we need another striker.
Syed, how about you? With regards to Harry Kane, do you think that we should pursue Harry Kane?
I mean, without a shadow of doubt, we should go for Harry Kane. He's a proven striker. He already scored like 165 goals in Premier League. So he's a proven striker in Premier League. He's kind of a striker just like Cavani. He's a like big guy. He can head the ball. He can hold the players. He can make a lot of assists for Son. So I think he's not just a player who would come and just score the goal. He will contribute to the team more, which is what's needed. He can defend from the front. He can make assists. And he's the captain of England. He wants to stay in Premier League. That's why I don't think he would go to, like Barcelona or Real Madrid. I think he would stay in Premier League because he also wants to break the all-time record of Premier League goal scorer. So I think he would stay in Premier League, and I think United would be a good fit for him. But I mean, right now they're asking 150 million. But like during this COVID situation, I don't think any club would be just okay to pay 150 check and write the check and give to them. But I think there will be some discount because of this COVID. And at the same time, if you think from the Glazers' point of view, the fans are protesting. They are demanding for a big signing, for a marquee signing. So I think him or Sancho, one would come this summer. This is my instinct, because at the same time, Glazers also want to make a point they also want to prove that yes, we care for the club. I know they don't care for the club. They just they're sitting outside. They don't even talk to the fans. But I think this is the time where they have to prove to the fans that yes, we listen to them and we want to invest in the team. I mean, there are a lot of things which Glazer has to do to prove that they are really love the club. They really listen what fans want to say. They want to spend time talking with them. They want to fans want them to invest in the infrastructure, also on the signings. So I think Sancho or Harry Kane, I would say one. I think one would come this summer.
Okay, Aryton. So far, for me lah, I'm thinking I wouldn't sign Harry Kane. I don't think we really need Harry Kane for my humble opinion. So how about you, Aryton? What's your take?
What?
Well, who wouldn't want Harry Kane in their team? Actually, you tell me, a world-class striker.
Only
Only
dog
Dom.
lah.
With our current, okay guys, since you brought this up, okay, with our current squad, right? If Harry Kane come, no doubt Harry Kane is good. He's a very prolific striker. He's good. Score a lot of goals. He create a lot of chances. I mean, for the teammates and whatnot. Very good player. But the thing is, the analogy lah, is like our ship, right? It's like United. If just say it's a ship, it's sinking. There's a hole in the ship. It's going to sink.
Yeah.
And then, right, you all go and hire a very, very good captain to go and drive the ship. So it's either you reach the port or you sink. You reach the port faster or you sink. That is the situation that I see with the resources that we have. So maybe
Honestly speaking,
what's your opinion?
honestly speaking, he will not be my first choice to rebuild the squad lah. But if we're talking about if we have the chance to sign Harry Kane, I would say we go for it if we have the funds. But that's not the most important position that we need to fill, because like the spine of the squad is currently it's lacking at the moment, and that's what I think we need to fix before we even look at a player like Harry Kane lah. But if we have a chance to sign him and he wants to come, because honestly speaking lah, if my personal opinion, and I think he thinks the same way as well, if a chance between United and City, I think he'll go for United, because at the end of the day, we are still the biggest club in England, and there's still a prestige to play for United than to play for City. City, obviously, the pulling power is only one: Pep. Play under Pep. But United, you play for Manchester United. There is, like, there's only 3 clubs in the world that people will dream to play for. Like, say, I want to play for this big team: Madrid, Barcelona, and United. Without a shadow of a doubt.
No Liverpool.
I mean, like, if they say they're Liverpool, they're probably lying lah. If you tell me lah. No, but yeah, I would say if we just to say we have the funds, I think he would come to us over City, but he's not the priority right now lah.
Okay, if just say we go ahead lah. I mean, we have the the idea of really taking in Harry Kane, right? But it will be if just say you're Edison Cavani, right? I mean, you got not much years left in your professional career, I would say, because you're old already, and then you decided to spend 1 year to extend 1 year in United, and the next thing you know, if they end up signing Harry Kane, you'll be Van de Beek's best friend on the bench, is it? So what do you think about that, Josh?
There's almost 70 games to play in a season. He will still get his chance. But then again, Edison Cavani is going to be 37 next year. Harry Kane will be 28. If logically speaking, also, I think Edison is more mature and a seasoned player to understand that, you know what, I'm here to play a role, and my role is to guide these young players. Not Harry Kane lah, because Harry Kane is the finished article. I'm talking about people like Mason Greenwood, Marcus Rashford, because that's what he's there for, to be a mentor to them. So I don't think he will mind actually Edison Cavani. But yeah, that's all I can say lah. I don't think he will mind. Like I said, if we get a chance, sorry.
Josh, how about you? Your opinion, Josh?
I think when Cavani signed that contract extension, I think he told back to Ole Gunnar to say, you know what, next season you better get a striker lah, because I can't play the whole season, But then he probably said that, you know what, I can't play the whole season. Premier League is very, very competitive. So what I feel that, if Harry Kane comes in, Cavani can be the sub player who comes in. Who would dream that Cavani comes off the bench at the 16th minute and score another 2 goals? Right? That's like a dream come true.
It's like the Larsen effect lah, back in the day.
Exactly, and he can be the cult hero. Cavani can be the cult hero, and Harry Kane have nice 3-4 years ahead of him to make history in Manchester United.
Yeah.
But in this kind of situation, right, because we are actually trying to groom Mason Greenwood to be our number 9, wouldn't it hinder his growth, Syed? What do you think, Syed?
No, I think it would flourish for him too, because right now, for example, we have Cavani. Okay, for example, Cavani and Harry Kane at the same time in our squad, that would be like dream come true. But if you think from a point, we all know that Cavani wanted to go, but then he stayed because Ole convinced him, and then he stayed for 1 year. But how about Cavani and Harry Kane are playing at the same time, and then while Cavani will go after next year, that would be the ideal transition period. Like one striker is going, and another striker is already in your team. So that would also be beneficial for Greenwood too, because Greenwood is still learning from Cavani, and he would learn more from Harry Kane. I mean, Harry Kane is not like a legendary or like a very experienced or very old player like above 30, but still just like Cavani, Harry Kane can also help build the game of Mason Greenwood. I mean, both are English player, both would play in England eventually, and both would play in the club together. I mean, there would be no language barrier too, because Cavani, like everybody says, Cavani cannot speak English. But like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he always says like his body language and the way his presence, the way he carry himself, that's also one of the learning thing for Mason Greenwood. But if Harry Kane comes, I think the language barrier would not be there. Both Englishmen, both playing together with the club, both playing together for the country. I mean, you cannot ask anything extra from there.
Pijal, are you with us? Pijal, macam dah hang dah Pijal. Pijal. Oh, I think
Hopefully hang lah.
we lost him already. But okay, but in that case, but then yes, no doubt they mentor him and whatnot. But then if you are talking about game time, playing game time, I think if Harry Kane comes in with Cavani, there will be very little time for for this Greenwood to play in the number 9 position. He's most likely going to be moved to the right wing, and then he's going to be groomed as a right winger instead of a proper number 9. So what you think about that, guys? Maybe Josh?
Okay, Greenwood has a long way ahead of him. He needs to know that. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been in the club for the longest time. He needs to know that. He needs to also advise and coach Greenwood along the way. Greenwood has like almost another 2 years until he reaches his peak. So this is the best time for actually Ole to tell him, you know what, at this age, you need to be very versatile at front, on the right, even on the left. So at any time you come to play football in the Premiership, in the Champions League, in the Cup tournament, you are versatile in each area, right? Even like you see the great players like Henry from the left to the middle, all those players, Cristiano from the winger, now into one of the best center forwards in the world as well. So Greenwood should have all this experience gaining from Cavani, from Bruno, from Rashford, from Pogba to get all this and then decide at a 23, 24, 25 age, what is his peak position and be at his best. It's only metaphor that he just do that along the way.
Okay, so now maybe let's do a round robin. Okay, kita start dengan Pijal dulu. For this transfer window, 3 in, 3 out. Okay, realistic punya jangan cakap nak beli Mbappe, Ronaldo, Messi semua tu jangan okay. Realistic punya 3 in, siapa yang you akan beli dan siapa yang you akan move out, yang you akan jual. Oh man, he hang already. Okay, then we move on to Syed first. Syed, 3 in, 3 out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You guys hear me? Okay.
I think.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Pizza, are you okay? Line okay? Okay. Pizza, you go. Just now you hang tadi. Okay, you go ahead, Pizza.
Okay, all right. So for me, if you ask me, I just read through all the salary wages, and I think that having to kick a lot.
25 tak bagus kot rumah dia.
Kena tukar kepada Maxis. Okay, never mind. We go with Syed first. We go with Syed first. 3 in, 3 out.
Okay, so yeah, very interesting question. 3 in. Definitely, Jadon Sancho would be my first choice. I mean, Haaland would be my another first choice, but I don't think he will come because Dortmund already qualified for the Champions League, and their CEO already categorically said like he's not for sale. And at the same time, Barcelona also getting Aguero and Memphis Depay. And so I don't think Haaland would move, and the CEO already said. So my first in would be Jadon Sancho. My second in would be a defender. Definitely. We need someone who can partner with Harry Maguire. And Lindelof is not good enough. Eric Bailly not good enough. Tuanzebe not good enough. So we need a partner for Maguire. So my partner for Maguire would be Pau Torres from Villarreal. And I was also thinking because Napoli is also going for him, even Real Madrid are also going for him. So it would be tough. And his price is also going up from 50 to 65 million now. So my second in would be Pau Torres, and third would be a CDM, because we all know like Fred and McTominay, they are like the utility players, but they are not good for Manchester United. We already seen their performance is like horrible. They cannot hold a ball, they cannot pass, like we all know. So for CDM, I mean, we also need to consider like Donny van de Beek is still a new signing for us, even though we signed him like long time ago, but still I would consider him as a fresh signing. So he can also play and get the time in the team. But for the CDM, I have one name, which is Camavingo, French 18-year-old. But Arsenal is linked with him. I hope he not choose Arsenal. He would choose us. So my CDM would be Camavingo, and yeah. So Jadon Sancho, Pau Torres, and Camavingo in. For out, yeah, first name would be Fred, because Fred, I think, uh, the most inconsistent player we have in our team. Even if you compare Fred with McTominay, I would choose McTominay every day, every night. So Fred is the most inconsistent in our team. Second, yeah, we also need to think we have two loan players which are outside of United, but they are still our player, which is Jesse Lingard and also Andres Pereira. Because Pereira is also very keen to come back to prove he's very determined to prove Ole Gunnar Solskjaer he also wants to fight for the team to get the place. So out would be either Pereira or Jesse Lingard. I mean, I would take Jesse Lingard because considering he's scoring a lot of goals, he just won the Player of the Month and Goal of the Month for April. So he's in fine form, and he also like looks fit and looks like a fresh signing. So I would sacrifice Andres Pereira to go out. And yeah, if we get Jadon Sancho or if we get Harry Kane, then our attacking would be very populated. We have Rashford, we have Martial, we have Greenwood, and then Harry Kane or Jadon Sancho would come, and then we still have Cavani, one year left. So you know where I'm going to. I'm going to
Better not,
out for
better not.
Anthony Martial. Yeah, I know you would not like this answer. So my out would be one is Fred, another is Andres Pereira, and third is Anthony Martial.
Okay.
Saw his face,
Yeah.
not Dom. Saw
So-
saw Dom's face.
Oh, so sad.
Emoji all
So
come out already. All the garang
sad.
emoji all come out already, man. It's like you're not coming on this section anymore, this segment anymore already. Okay, Josh, how about you, Josh? 3 in, 3 out, Josh.
I think I will also be out with Syed on this segment because the first floor on my list will be Anthony Martial, because not only he is inconsistent, not only his character is rubbish, but I think we can get at least 50 million for him. So at least there's some cash add-ons there. So first one to go is Martial. Second to go is Lindelof. And third to go is Daniel James. I think these three is really not good enough for Manchester United. These three must go, and it's also a statement to say that if you want to be a Manchester United, you must be at your top form, and no means you're out the door. So Daniel James has tried his best. He has done, and he has done what he has to do. I think these three will be out the door. I don't even want to sell Jesse Lingard for that matter because he's performing in the Premier League. So let him have his chance in. And for Pereira, send him back on loan. Okay, just let him get his exposure. He's still young. So I'm just going to go with a very unpopular ins per se, because I'm trying to be a realist apart from being an optimist. Because being able to have Kane and Sancho is all a dream for me. I think we will try our best, but nothing. I don't think we will get there. But what I will see would be good for us is to first of all fix our defender, which is I like this player called Tyrone Mings. I think he's really
Mings,
good.
seriously?
Tyrone Mings, because
Tyrone Mings.
Serious?
yeah, because
Oh
you
my
see,
God.
reason why I want to get this kind of players is because Manchester United has always the capacity to buy the players at their peak at 80 million, 100 million, 120 million. People like Tyrone Mings, he's probably going to be worth under 50 million, 30 million or 40 million, but he's going to be a very, very good player. You look at his stats this season, he has been one of the most prolific defender with Martinez getting a lot of clean sheets for Aston Villa. And he's that one guy who go all out 110%, not only defensively and for the headers, he gets goals for us. So this guy can teach Maguire a lesson. And if Maguire go out, he can be the replacement. So Tyrone Mings will be my number one signing. Number two, I will go for Ndidi, the defender, because I feel that Rice would be something, it's going to be so expensive because all my signings say is going to be the ones that is above average and going to be world class. All right. So Ndidi has been doing that job for Leicester City. The stats that he has been out of Leicester has been losing a lot of games, but when he was in, he had really shake the defense up, and then the left back and right back has so much of power to go up. That's my second one. My third one would be my center forward, and if Kane don't come in, I would like to go for either Antonio or Bamford. Mikel Antonio and Bamford, because Bamford being a prolific scorer himself, we need someone in that box, someone like what Cavani does. And Bamford has been one of the hardest worker in Leeds United, and he played only at one man on top. Bielsa really utilized him really, really well. Even off the ball, he always go and chase, because the Leeds always play that high press, and United similarly always have that high press. So Bamford is one of the most hardworking striker, and he's got a long way to prove to himself, and he will be that English striker, the next one to be. I'm going to throw in two more names, which is, I still feel we need a backup on the right wing, because Greenwood is not as good as we think. Will be Saint-Maximin or Adama. These two will be our good second half players. If these two can come in, I tell you, any defender after 70th minute, you know you have the Manchester United DNA that we're going to score another one goal with these two penetrating the left back or the right back. So yes, that's my, just to add on one more curveball inside there will be Saint-Maximin or Adama Traore.
Your ultimate curveball, you already say your first out already. That is already, I blocked my ears already. So okay, Aryton,
But why do you think?
Sorry, what?
Aryton, 3 in, 3 out. Your turn. 3 in, 3 out.
Yeah. So we're going for in or out first, huh?
Up to you. As long as there's no Anthony Martial, I can't take this anymore.
If it's Martial, you can go out first.
you quit first.
I wrote this before we started the show, dude. The first name for out. That's why when they all just started going, oh shit. Okay.
We got the wrong cast for this. We gotta re-record this segment again.
Okay. Never mind. Let me go with out first. Okay. First and foremost, I think okay, Daniel James. I don't think he's United standard. He's proven that time and time again, week in, week out, that he is a Leeds player at best. Mid-table player, and not even a squad player for Manchester United standard. So I think it's time for us to cash in on Dan James, probably to use him for a exchange with a player or something. Second player, which is the most gaji buta player in the squad for the past 10-11 years, is Phil Jones. He is the number one patient in the Manchester hospital. Time and time again, every year, he's earning 90 grand a week. It's time for him to go as well. I think he's the only player that served United for 10 years and didn't get a testimonial. And it's obviously we all know why the reason. We all know why. You know,
he will get injured for his testimonial.
You will remember him forever.
Yeah. So and it's so surprising, when he first started coming on board after when he brought in Blackburn, people were touting him as the next Duncan Edwards. I said, what? I mean, maybe he showed flashes but man, that guy is just broken bones waiting to happen. And obviously, Dom, I'm sorry to say this, but Anthony Martial has to be the most frustrating player I've seen in a long time. I will get rid of him before Fred first, because I think Fred still has his usefulness. But Anthony Martial, I think it's time for us to cash in on Anthony Martial. We probably will get, like I said, 50 million, 40 to 50 million for him. I would like to see him flourish somewhere else. Maybe the pressure of representing United, or he just it's not suited to the English game at his current build right now. Probably if he goes to Spain or goes to the French league, he might flourish more. Get him back to the French squad. And maybe there's another question I wanted to ask you also, Tom, but never mind, we keep this for maybe a later show. What's your fascination with Anthony Martial? But never mind, we keep that for another show.
I think like 2-3 hours, man. You got time or not?
Never mind. Yeah. But I'm so sorry, Dom. It's unanimous. Anthony Martial, his time's up. Okay, players that in. I like to build always when I play Football Manager, I like to build from the back first. This fine is very important. So I like to echo what Syed said as well. Pau Torres, to me, I think it's almost a finished article. We might see a better glimpse of him when we play with Villarreal in the final. I think he'll make a very good partnership with the French Harry Maguire. And we should go for a player of this kind of caliber, because he's like 23, 24 this year. we might get another good 10 years from him lah. And who knows, finally we can find someone who can partner Harry Maguire and create the stability at the back, which we've been sorely missing right now. Because I got no problems with our wing backs, even though Aaron Wan-Bissaka still frustrates the hell out of me. But I think it's kind of sorted. But to find someone for Harry Maguire is utmost importance in the next transfer window. That's why I say, like, we talk about Harry Kane, no, build from the back first. We need someone to partner Harry Maguire. Secondly, people might say this is a bit unrealistic, but I think Declan Rice is within our reach. We need someone to play that anchor, because Fred and McTominay ain't going to do the job lah. If we continue playing that pivot at the back, we need someone to partner McTominay. Fred can sit on the bench next to Van de Beek, or just play in the reserves once in a while. So yeah, Declan Rice is actually, I think I've been very surprised that this year with the growth, because yeah, we always heard from Declan Rice, but this year it's just like, wow, he's been one of the standout players lah for Moyes this season lah. And I would like to see a player like that come to United. I mean, like an English player so as well. He understands the game. And United has always been a history of, we always grab the top English talents to come to our team. And I think I don't play for Liverpool lah. You can come to United lah. But if any player from the fringes, from the mid tables and stuff, outside the top 6, if they are flourishing, and United will always look at them. It's been our history for the past, God knows how many transfer windows since the Fergie era, and Declan Rice is one of them. I mean, and the next one I would say we should go for, because we are sorely missing it as well. Not a striker actually, a proper out and out winger, and that is Jadon Sancho. Declan Rice and Jadon Sancho is going to cause a bomb. But knowing the protest going right now, that those damn Glazers need to put their money where their mouth is and just spend some money lah. And Jadon Sancho is the player that we need to, because his assist has been amazing lah, I would say lah. And we've been missing that out and out winger since the days of Ronaldo, I would say. Ronaldo, peak Ronaldo. And we need this kind of player. And I know he wants to come. We'll get him for cheaper than what it was last season, probably like 70-80 million. Throwing Jesse Lingard in there, probably you can get him for 60 million. If I play Football Manager, that's what I'm going to do lah. Jesse Lingard in there lah. And yes, one more wild card. And y'all may laugh at me about this, but I think we should bring back Cristiano Ronaldo. Bring back Cristiano Ronaldo to Manchester United, because I think he wants to come back, and we might just get him for cheap. 20-30 million.
Dream signing.
Yeah, 20 to 30 million. I think we can get him. And I think he wants to come back. So don't laugh at me. These 3 players in and one World Cup with Cristiano Ronaldo. We might just get him back. Wow, this Ronaldo, man. Yes, he's 35 years old, but dude, he can still bang in 30 goals a season for us, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yep.
And he's 37.
Commercial-wise, he can sell a lot of jerseys.
Exactly,
definitely
man.
we can give back the money for sure.
Yeah. He's one transfer window of one with the number 7 sorted his transfer fee already, bro. Sorted.
True.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm going for. I'm sorry to say, Anthony Martial, thumbs up, buddy.
For me personally, actually, I'm pretty much in line with Aryton. I think we all need to. We need to deal from the back. Okay, maybe like a Pau Torres or whatnot. Okay, and then the CDM position, exactly. Because right now we got 2 players who are trying to play the double pivot and they cannot play the double pivot. Okay, so maybe we just get one player like a Declan Rice or NDD, like you mentioned. Because now, since that Leicester is no longer in the Champions League, then probably it opens up a chance for us to actually go get him. So I think that's a very good choice. And then Jadon Sancho. From last season, the last transfer window, I was really looking forward to Jadon Sancho. Actually, I was following the transfer window until like 4-5 a.m. in the morning. And then end of the day, I was like, no Jadon Sancho. And then that time Cavani came in, I was damn pissed off, and I put my hands up. I'm very, very sorry, because he's been a very fantastic signing for us. But that time I was like super pissed off. Like, what the hell? Why you want to get a rejected? Blah, blah, blah. And then some of the number 7 jersey and whatnot. But yes, I'm wrong. Okay, for the going out one, right? Okay, this is the interesting thing. Because of course, if just say the one that we know that is going to go up probably is going to be Mata, Jesse Lingard, and then probably another one maybe like Phil Jones, but probably Phil Jones will still hang around. The guy is like, I don't know, he got this kind of super glue.
He's like
lepak kaki. Phil Jones.
So
he's like a long-term liability for us.
Yes,
exactly. We cannot get rid of him.
So
it reminds me of one of my college mates who never do assignments but still showed up for presentation.
Yeah.
So probably Mata, Lingard, Daniel James, I would say. But then, okay, one thing that I want to talk about, shortly is Paul Pogba. You see, because Pogba now, right, no doubt he's been good a couple of games, but overall consistency for the number of years that he has been playing with us, I don't think he's really up to expectations. Okay, and then I don't know, like the last game that played against Fulham, it's like very flat and stuff like that. I question his one thing, his commitment, and then his ability to perform consistently. And then now they're talking about dollars, about paying him like 400,000 in a week and whatnot. You see, so I don't know. I'm thinking maybe we should move him on, and then that funds we put it into Jack Grealish if it's possible. We can buy Jack Grealish. Then I think it will be perfect.
Oh, I mean, like that's opening another can of worms, I tell you, lah. Because Paul Pogba on his day, he's the boy is world class, lah. On his day, lah. But like you said, lah, Dom, he's been too inconsistent. Probably it is time to cash in on him. But when he plays and he plays well, my God, I think he's probably one of the best.
Correct.
Yeah, one of the best. But yeah, like
what's gonna happen to him is like how Lukaku went out of Man United. He flourished in the Italian league or the Spanish league in that sense, lah. But but what Aryton said was really true. Like Pogba, on his day, he can be at his peak. But if he wants 400,000 a week, he can walk out the door and say bye-bye to Manchester United, because that's not going to happen.
Yes.
And we can always get another guy like Declan Rice, for example, and his fee will probably cover it at any time.
Right.
Yep.
But for example, for example, like you have a love affair with Martial. I have a love affair with Paul Pogba. Like I may be the biggest fan of Paul Pogba. It's not about like I blindly favorite my player and I want him to play, but we need to think like he's also play out of the position. We always say like build a team around Paul Pogba. We have been listening this for 2 or 3 seasons. But if he plays on his real position, which would be in a 4-3-3 formation, I think he's unreplaceable. We should be thankful that we have a world-class player such as Paul Pogba in our team. That's how I rate him. And it would be, I mean, if you ask me, it would be a huge loss if we sell him. We talk about like Declan Rice or Grealish, but I mean, in my opinion, I would rate him above Declan Rice and also above Jack Grealish, because on his day he's completely unplayable. He's so strong.
No doubt.
Even like players like Paul Pogba, if you have him on the team, for example, we release our team for the final, and then the opponent say, "Oh, Paul Pogba is playing." So that's always create an impact for the opponent too. Like, hey, Paul Pogba is a World Cup winner, is a big, tall player, and then he's in the mood, he's unplayable.
Yep.
Okay, guys, we are at the end of our show. Okay, actually, I'm heartbroken because everyone wants Martial out, so I think probably we need to do some video editing. So it will be 3 in, 2 out. Okay, 3
Censor.
in, 2 out. Okay, for everybody. Okay, guys, so we'll see you guys in the next video. For those of you who are new, please like, subscribe, and share this video. Okay, Jom United, Manchester United forever. See you guys soon.